Today's first smart topic, keeping your air conditioning bill down this summer. Yeah, really good luck with that, right? Well, hopefully those of you in Mesa got your power back on after yesterday's SRP fire. Temperatures this weekend are supposed to near records and hit up to 119 degrees. So there's no doubt your air conditioning will be working overtime. Well, ABC 15's Mike Pelton shows us that the calls to fix them are pouring in.
We had to keep it about 80 just to be able to afford it.
For Melanie Mullins, it's been a hot few weeks.
We're getting our air conditioning fixed today.
Today she's getting a new AC unit she hopes is more efficient than the old one. And this isn't her first issue. She had another one break a few years ago.
It took about a month of being really, really miserable and hot before we got it fixed.
With the Valley of the Sun starting to heat up, many are taking steps to make sure they don't end up in the same boat.
We see about 100 to 200 calls a day.
Josh Davis is one of many contractors out checking air conditioners.
Now, the experts tell me you should be proactive and routinely schedule maintenance year-round on your air conditioner. They say that way it'll decrease the chance you'll run into an issue in the middle of the summer.
You would rather have everything looked at now than when it's 120.
He says you should routinely check your air filters and should only have a licensed contractor do work on your system, something Melanie is doing.
I'm hoping with the new air conditioning we can keep it a lot cooler in here.
A hope the only place the temperatures keep rising is outside.
Well, joining us now is someone who knows a lot about saving money on your electric bill. This is Dan Burke, who is Senior Advisor at Goettl Air Conditioning Service in Phoenix. So thanks for joining us, Dan.
Well, thank you.
So you've got some good tips when it comes to helping us save money. You can show us how to save 10 to 20% just by knowing a few key things. And I am very curious because I love knowing how to save money.
Well, good. I do too. I live here, so.
Yeah, so with this temperatures, the AC is running like all the time.
Yeah, it is. And the properly sized equipment is designed so that on the very hottest days they run a long time, and that's what makes them efficient. So.
Well, tell me some things that people can do, like when it comes to like your temperature on your thermostat. Are there some things you can do there?
Yes. Especially in Arizona where the humidity is low, setting back or increasing the temperature at night when you're in bed and you're not moving around the house is something that many people do. We do at our home. We set back from 78 during the day to 80 at night when we go to bed. We also have ceiling fans in several of our rooms, including the bedroom, and it's really very comfortable at 80 and sometimes even a little warmer than that if the humidity is low. Okay,
so set your thermostat during the day at 78. Now what about if you're not at home and you're working? I mean, shouldn't you set your thermostat at a higher temperature?
Yes, and in our case...
I mean, shouldn't it be the opposite? I know, for some of us who work through the day, I would think that you'd set your AC temperature up at higher and in the evening lower.
In our case, because we're moving around and we're doing things and we have appliances going during the day, we actually have a little cooler.
Okay.
And then at night, when things have settled down and we have the ceiling fans going in the bedroom, then we can have a little warmer.
Okay.
When we're not home at all, we will set back up to 5 degrees.
Okay, which was going to be my next question. Like if you go out of town or something, I mean, should you leave your AC off or should you turn it on just to increase the temperature?
I wouldn't do that because you never know how hot it might get. And in our case, we did that a few years ago when we came home with melted Christmas candles and paraffin that was stuck in the bottom of the drawer. So what we do is we set it what we think is safe and is going to avoid those kinds of issues.
Okay.
Which is usually about 5% warmer than when we're home.
Okay, so maybe set it at, if you're used to set, like 80 degrees, maybe set it at 85 if you're going to be out of town for a long period of time. Okay, and that really helps so you won't have like melted candles and everything won't be melted in your house.
Exactly.
Especially this weekend's going to be really hot.
Really hot.
So when would you say, like if you're not using your room, should you close your vent? Would that help save you some money there?
I wouldn't. I used to think that, but then the door would slam on me because of the pressure buildup, and and you can hear the air whistling around the bathroom cabinets and things like that.
Okay,
and
because the air is not
fixtures.
getting out.
It's not getting out. It's building a pressure, which is eventually going into your attic or outside.
Yeah, not outside. You
And
don't
not-
want to do that. That's a good way to
So
waste money.
not a good idea. I wouldn't do that.
Okay, now, one other thing that you can do that I've heard, you tell me, with changing your air filters, is that something that you should be doing? Will that help save money? Will it help your AC unit to run smoother?
Yeah, that's really important. And in most cases, typically, at least check your filters once a month. There are filters that can go longer than that, but the typical 1-inch
Oh, you've got some filters right here. Okay.
filters, the pleated filters, I checked mine. This
Are
one
these
was
examples?
Yeah, this one was in about a month.
Uh-huh.
And,
Do you think this one needs to be changed?
Yeah, it was getting close. I would have probably, since I'm in there, I would do it, but it's not terrible. This one was in about
Okay,
6
now
weeks.
that's a lot worse there. So this definitely needs to be changed. So
It
what's
does.
the rule of thumb when changing them?
Well, I check them monthly if I remember, and now some of the newer thermostats will actually remind you.
Oh, really? And I saw that you brought some thermostats. These
Yep.
are the digital ones right here?
And if you, in some of these, you can program in 30, 60, 90, what you've learned is kind of the environment that your home is in. And when the time comes, it will tell you on the thermostat face that it's time to check it.
And you also, Dan, oh, sorry, I'm going to reach over here for just 1 second, because here is something that's pretty cool. What I'm noticing here is that this is a brand new filter, and I can actually see through it.
And that's what I go outside sometimes if I'm not sure.
Okay, so if you can see through it, it's a good filter. If you can't
It's
see
still
through
pretty
it,
good shape,
you
but-
need to change it.
Right, and you can see this one. You actually can see a little.
It's in the gray area.
Yeah, it's in the gray area. This one, you can't see through.
Yeah, that one's definitely changed because you can't see through it. And this one is brand new.
It's
You can
brand
totally
new.
see through it. So
Exactly.
that's a good rule of thumb for people to remember. So one other thing that you were saying that another way people can save money is by getting their duct system, checking for leaks on that.
Checking for leaks, and there's some programs with the utilities that
I lost you here.
yeah.
The chair around.
with the utilities that will incentivize that. The other things many of us haven't done yet is take a look at the efficiency of our attics.
Okay.
With radiant barriers and venting. Our crews know how hot those attics get, and that's something that is probably lagged a little bit in terms of doing things to make your home more efficient. Of course, the other things typical are window shading, and also one of the first things that I did when I came back to Phoenix was to put timers on my hot water tanks, which are electric, and my pool pump.
Okay,
So
save,
they're off.
definitely.
They're off time. They're
Right,
in
so
the good
off
times.
peak.
Off
Okay,
peak.
well, Dan from Goettl, thank you so much for giving us some tips on how we can save money. You know, myself, I say, just move to another state for a couple months. Just kidding. We'll have more information on our website. Just go to abc15.com and click on the Lifestyle tab.